Hello, hello people. It's looking a bit rough there, so I'm going to flip this around. I dodged a major bullet. Check this out. I don't know why I can't spin this camera around. Why can't I spin the camera around? Yeah, doesn't matter, whatever. Anyway, I've got this canopy system here I've made at the back of the boat to protect the boat and tools and stuff like that when I'm working. Anyway, as I said before, I fixed up the painted all these, knocked all the rust back and painted them. Tried to maintain the condition of all my gear. Anyway, anything I use, I try to look after, except I'm just very messy. Anyway, I kept on rolling this in and out, and I actually drove it the other day, and I ended up as far as the shopping centre, and I was going to go fishing, but I never got around to it. So I sort of, with my PTSD, it gets overwhelming, and then I just turned around and came home. But anyway, when I was backing it back in, I thought it's making this funny cracking noise all the time, and then I thought all the nuts seem all square on both sides, but when I pushed the boat side to side, it was making a noise. So I thought, I'm going to jack it up and just see what these wheels are like. Watch this. You see that? The whole thing's just flopping on there. I don't know what's going on. What's happened here? So I've dodged a bullet, as we say in the Navy or the Army, because I think that's completely broken. The axle or something's come undone. So I'll have to do some study, but that's, thank God for that. Imagine that, going down the highway and that coming off, the wheel coming off. That's unbelievable. Anyway, I'll get back to you and see how I go. I'll just add to this, yesterday I did a video on the boat, on this boat here, and that one there. So I'll explain where I am with things. This boat here, I personally have been working on that boat due to financial constrictions by myself, out of my own pocket, or out of the house fund anyway, the home mortgage. I've been fixing this up very slowly over the last year and a bit. Anyway, since I bought it, I haven't sailed it or anything. I've tried to run the motor a few times, but the carby was issues with that. I finally sent the carby away last week and getting that fixed up by a nice chap. Nice business down at Beenleigh. Anyway, so the concept is, what I've been doing is through UDEC, they've donated stuff that this goes into here. We've had all new seats and like shock absorbing bases. They're not very good, they're just okay. And then the decking here, and then a Hydra Shield from the States. It's cheaper to buy this on Amazon Prime and get it shipped than it is. I spoke to the guy directly. He said even if he gave it to him, it would cost more to ship it to here. Oz Propellers donated a stainless steel propeller for this boat and the small boat about 2 years ago. And we've got the arch here, which I want to use this rocket launcher rod holder that actually came from the original back in years ago, 4 years ago, from the Boat Works, Gold Coast City Marina rather. They gave me a frame which I cut up to move it all. So, and also online I got a spotlight, was it off-road spotlight to put up there for like $30, which normally they're a couple $100. There was only one, but it doesn't matter. I'll get that fixed up, and I'm going to try to see if we can get find a marine electrician and install all the electricals new. Also, we've got a amazing $5,000 sonar from Hummingbird from BLA, Australia, Brisbane, which is amazing. And then I'd like to get a wrap done on here as well too. A company down the Boat Works, Gold Coast City Marina, owes me a favour with a wrap because I did some photography for them. So maybe they can help us out with that. So that's it. And I think on Temu I bought a stainless steel plate guard for the front there, which I can put on. Anyway, yesterday I cleaned all this. Used the paintbrush to get all inside here. There's some really good cleaner. It's called Super Bee, and it helps remove all that other muck from there. So anyway, so that's that. So getting back to this, as I just explained to you before, that whole wheel is Dodge. So whether or not I have to pull the whole boat off, I'll see, but I'll have to see what's going on there first as well too. Got this little spotty here from Supercheap Auto. It's amazing. I've spent the last weeks off and on trying to sort out all this electrical system and stuff like that. As I explained before, I've got an old Hummingbird there I picked up for a couple of $100 a couple of years ago, and the it's the same 7-inch screen. They're very small screens, too small. I can't read them when I'm on the boat. So what I've decided to do, I had from Garmin one of these, but that's still too small. I was trying to sell these to get bigger ones, but I can't. So I haven't. None of them, just people lowballing me. So one bloke, he wanted both of them, but he was full of poo-poo. And from the Sunshine Coast, he said he'd come down and get them. So, but he never came down. People are full of shit. But anyway, some people are fantastic, others are full of shit. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use that as a chart plotter, and it's not connected to any sonar stuff. And then I'm using this as a fish finder because it's got much higher pickup, and that's the sonar for the Garmin. And this is my battery test pack. I've been testing all the stuff from. There's my Blue Eddy battery charger. So I've got everything here ready to go, but now, like I said, I'm not going anywhere if the axle's broken. This is Water Snake. They donated that to us. Fantastic. Thank you very much. It took me ages and ages to get my head around this, how to mount it all and do it. Got my very nice Cooper's anchor there. So I thought I was going to have an early start and go out there this morning. I woke up at 5 o'clock. It was still dark. I was going to go, and then I started getting stuck into stuff, and as usual, I got diverted or digressed or whatever. So I never got around to it. But it's a good thing I did, because if I had gone out with that, you imagine going down the highway at 60 miles per hour and that flying off, or 100 kilometers per hour. No, I don't do that much in that. I do 80 kilometers. So I go around 50 miles per hour. Anyway, that's just crazy. But that, to me, that's God looking after me, guardian angel stuff, because it was just making this clunking noise, and I thought, what is that noise? But this is crazy because the bolts are all there. So if that's going on, what the heck's happening? Anyway, I'm gonna get stuck into this and finally work out what's going on and get safe and give it another go. Hopefully I can get this fixed up in the next day or so, and then give it a go. Oh, but then Ray and I are going to take this to the Beenleigh Department of Main Roads Transport and get it the trailer registered and passed, and then the boat registered as well too. So that's going to have to come out of my mortgage, which my wife doesn't know about yet, so that's not good. So we're skin broke, people. I've been trying to sell ships and shirts and stuff like that, but everything's dried up in the last 12 months. So I don't know what else to do. So I'm just, over it, and I'm just gonna bite the bullet and pay it out of my family account, which I'll have to pay back at some stage anyway. So we can at least get some veterans out on this if they want to go fishing. So if you're interested to go fishing with us up on the Gold Coast in the next 2 weeks, let us know, give us a hoy, and we'll get some fishing done and hang out with the boys. Cheers.